Hello guys, so it's been a while since I posted my last video, but I'm back. But today we are going to be making a tier list of D&D classes. So this is my first tier list, but that doesn't matter. But what does matter is the fact that this is all just my opinion. So don't go harass me please. So anyways, I won't be getting too deep into this, but yeah, enjoy. Now let's start with the one and only Barbarian. The best class for melee strikes and big health bars. You get an extra attack, rage, a path, which is basically an oath, but for the barbarian. And sadly, you get no spells, which is the main flaw with the barbarian. The barbarian has a 1d12 health dice, which is the max I think. Considering this all, I will give it a fair A tier. Next class to rate is the bard. Before we get into this asshole, I would like to let you know that me and my friend have never played Bard, so we don't know too much about it. But let's just get into it. Most of the features are things to boost your party, whether it's to boost your critical or saving throw. It will most certainly be useful. Song of Rest is a feature to heal your party members by 1d6, 1d8, 1d10, 1d12, and another oath-like feature called Bard's College, and spells with a lot of spells that cast to have third most spells in the game, with a 1d8 health dice. Overall, B tier. Next class to rate is the Cleric, the Healer, the Holy Man. The Cleric just may be the most useful support class without a doubt. This class has an advantage against Under, and it heals a lot with the Cleric spells and Divine Divinity. 1d8 health dice, considering all, even though it's an unpopular class, it will fit right in B tier. Next class to rate is Druid, also known as a furry class. Druids have spellcasting and a Druid circle, which is just a cult that offers some spells. And Wild Shape, which is just a feature to change yourself into an animal, and it improves by level, which is why I call them furries. And 1d8 health dice. And it's very good to multi-class with, so it's a fair A tier. Next class to rate is Fighter, with 3 extra attacks, and Action Surge, which is just to go beyond your normal limits, and a Martial Archetype, which is like the Druid Circle, but attacks with weapons. But it only offers attack features. Sadly, no spells. And the class itself doesn't offer any spells, unless if you choose the Eldritch Knight Martial Archetype, and that 1d10 health dice, which is pretty good. It fits right into A tier. The next class to rate is Monk. The max unarmed damage you can deliver is 1d10 plus your dexterity, and 1d8 one extra attack. I can't fucking speak. And the monastic tradition, a oath for the way of the elements and the way of the shadow. Deflect missiles, which allows you to deflect ranged attacks, but it's limited. A 1d8 health dice, it fits right into B tier. The next class is the class that makes the dungeon masters cry. The Paladin. You get Divine Sense, which means you can sense when a celestial or a fiend is nearby. And the Lay on Hands, which heals the caster or the person by 5 multiplied by the Paladin's level. A fighting style, almost like the fighter's martial archetype, 1 extra attack. Divine Health, which makes you immune to diseases. Spellcasting, Divine Smite, a Sacred Oath, which gives you spells and features. 1d10 health dice. Total S tier material. Next class is Ranger. You get one extra attack, an archetype, and a fighting style. Spellcasting. You also get spellcasting. You also get feral senses, which helps you fight creatures you can't see. And land stride, which allows you to explore through tough terrain without difficulty. And 1d10 health dice. Overall, B tier. The next class is Rogue. Sneak attack, which is a featured attack move, which is a 1d6 improved by other 1d6 by every 2 level ups. You get a roguish archetype, which offers features. You can get spells if you choose the arcane trickster archetype, and uncanny dodge, which allows you to halve the damage of an attack. A 1d8 health dice. Overall, B tier. The next class is the Sorcerer. You get massive spellcasting options and the meta magic, which allows you to twist the spells into your needs. But it is limited, and you get a Sorcerer's origin. You can choose Draconic Bloodline, which is just normal magic, but it gives you an ability to use the attack of the Dragonborn race, like spewing acid, or lightning, fire, poison, or cold, and a 1d6 health dice. Overall, A tier. Next one is the Warlock, also known as the Cultist. The Warlock is a long one to talk about, so I'm just going to try to cut it down a bit. So at first level, you get a otherworldly patron, which is basically what demon you worship, and that determines what powers you get from it. As a warlock, you get spells, but sadly no extra attacks. But it does have 1d8 hit dice. But I think I will give it a C tier. Now it's time for the nerds of D&D, the Wizards. The Wizard is a master of spells. It has all of the spells except for the support spells. At second level, the Wizard gains Arcane Tradition, which lets you choose between the schools of magic. Wizards get no extra attacks, and only have 1d6 hit dice, so it's best to just stay away from melee. So I will give it a A tier, because it has such low health. It's only getting an A. So that's going to be it for today's video. But yeah, subscribe if you liked, and like please, because it helps a lot. Well, see ya.